So you all moved in?
No, not really.
And it's Jonas? Not Jonah?
Yeah, Jonas.
Everyone, this is Jonas, Alex's new stepbrother from... I already forgot where.
Yeah, he's cool, so be nice.
Oh, we won't bite.
What's so, special about this place?
The whole reason Alex brought her radio is because you can sometimes pick up frequencies to stations that don't exist.
See, this island's pretty cool, right?
You used to come here a lot as a kid, right? To the island. I mean, that's what Ren made it sound like.
Yeah, but I mean...
You used to come here a lot as a kid, right? You used to come here a lot as a kid.
Something's wrong. Does it hurt?
Introduction to the development. Oxenfree is an award-winning supernatural thriller developed by Night School Studio. The game stands out for its creative storytelling and real-time dialogue system, making it unique among narrative-driven games. As a game developer, I will cover the technical processes that helped create this immersive experience. Development tools and technology. Oxenfree was built using the Unity game engine, chosen for its versatility in handling both 2D and 3D game elements and its ability to support multiple platforms. Unity gave the development team the tools needed to create the game's distinct art style and interactive gameplay. Custom tools and scripts were also developed to handle complex dialogue trees and interactive elements, enhancing the overall player experience. Core features and implementation. Firstly, dynamic dialogue system. The real-time dialogue feature allowed players to choose responses on the go, maintaining immersion without pausing the game. Secondly, advanced coding and scripting. Developers ensured natural conversation flow that adapted to players' choices, creating a seamless experience. Thirdly, voice and audio integration. Real-time voice elements were integrated to make storytelling more immersive and responsive. Technical challenges and solutions. The development team faced challenges, especially with maintaining smooth gameplay during branching dialogue. Developers used optimized scripting and extensive testing to prevent lags and interruptions. Ensuring performance across different platforms was also difficult, so the team used asset management and code optimization techniques for consistent gameplay. Visuals and effects. Firstly, creating the atmosphere. The developers used Unity's lighting and particle system to craft a ghostly, suspenseful environment, enhancing the eerie tone of the game. Secondly, visual details and parallax scrolling. Subtle animations and visual effects brought the supernatural elements to life, while parallax scrolling added depth to the 2D scenes, making the world feel more immersive. Interactive development and testing. Interactive playtesting was crucial in the development of Oxenfree. The team conducted extensive playtests to refine the dialogue and narrative flow. Feedback from these sessions led to adjustments in pacing the gameplay mechanics, ensuring that the experience remained engaging and polished. This continuous cycle of development and feedback was integral to the creation of a well-rounded fine product. Porting and cross-platform optimization. After its success, Oxenfree was ported to platforms like the Nintendo Switch and mobile devices. This required adapting the user interface and optimizing performance for different hardware. Developers modified control schemes, UI layouts, and graphics to ensure the game maintained its immersive quality on all platforms. Conclusion. The developers at Night School Studio played a vital role in making Oxenfree a story-rich, captivating game. Their work on dynamic dialogue system, immersive visuals, and cross-platform optimization highlights the detailed technical effort involved in the game development. The result was a game that engaged players with its interactive storytelling and eerie atmosphere.
A game writer is the mind behind a game story. They craft dialogue, character background, and the overall plot. But it doesn't just stop there. Their role also involves shaping the game's world, its emotion tone, and environment to pull players into experience. Collaboration is the key. They work with designers, directors, and others to ensure that the story aligns seamlessly with gameplay. The goal is to create a cohesive, engaging experience that keeps players hooked from start to finish. So, what do game writers do actually? A game writer's job covers many areas. First is script writing. Second, writing the dialogue. Third, cutscenes. Fourth, plot elements to bring the story to life. And then there's also character creation, where they build relationships, personalities, and background stories to make characters feel real. World building is another essential part. They design the world's history, environment, and lore to add depth and immersion. Collaboration with designers is crucial to ensure the story complements gameplay, creating a seamless experience. And finally, for interactive games like Oxenfree, they design branching dialogues and multiple narrative paths. This lets players shape their own journey, making every choice feel meaningful.
In Oxenfree, the characters are much more than just names. They're fully realized individuals with unique designs, background stories, and goals that deepen the emotional core of the story. Alex is the main character of Oxenfree, and through her perspective, players experience the entire game. Her name, which was inspired by the character Alex Mack from the 90s TV show The Secret World of Alex Mack, was intentionally chosen to be androgynous. This character choice allows her to be more relatable to a broader range of players regardless of gender. She has teal-dyed short hair, a red jacket, striped shirt, jeans, sneakers, reflecting her edgy, independent personality. Alex also carries a deep guilt over the death of her brother, Michael, tragedy that shaped her emotionally. As the player, you shape her relationship and decisions, determining how she faces her grief and guilt. Plus, Alex's new stepbrother has a quieter, introspective demeanor. His name is inspired by a TV series called Are You Afraid of the Dark? Matches his calm and thoughtful personality. He's dressed in a green hoodie, tan pants, and sneakers. Jonas has recently lost his mother and is navigating his place in Alex's family. His bond with Alex evolves throughout the game, reflecting player choices, making them both a companion and an emotional support. And then we have Ren. Ren is Alex's best friend. He brings humor and energy to the group. name taken from Ren and Stimpy, suits his playful, quirky personality. Ren's outfit, an orange jacket, green shirt, cargo shorts, and a baseball cap, mirrors his laid-back, carefree attitude. However, beneath the jokes, Ren struggles with self-doubt and fears about growing up. His crush on Nona adds a layer of vulnerability, with player influencing how their relationship develops. Nona, the quiet observer of the group, is named after Nona Mecklenburg from The Adventures of Pete and Pete, highlighting her calm and introspective nature. She wears a teal coat, leggings, and boots, combining practicality with a touch of style. Nona is thoughtful and measured, but her budding feelings for Ren reveals a tender side. She adds emotional balance to the group dynamic, shaped by how Alex interacts with her. Clarissa, Michael's ex-girlfriend, is the most outspoken and confrontational member of the group. Her name, inspired by the sitcom Clarissa Explains It All, suits her sharp and assertive personality. She wears a red sweater, dark jeans, and black boots, which reflects her bold and sometimes aggressive nature. Struggling with Michael's death, she holds resentment towards Alex, adding tension to the story. Players can decide whether to mend the relationship or to let the conflict remain. Finally, Michael is the group's missing piece, Alex's dependable older brother who drowned before the game events. His name reflects his grounded role, and his button-up shirt and his khakis symbolize his easygoing nature. Through supernatural events, players revisit moments with him, reshaping Alex's journey towards closure or new regrets. Oxenfree is a supernatural thriller about a group of friends who unintentionally unleash a haunted presence on Edward's Island. The island itself is more than just a setting. It's like a character with its eerie atmosphere, abandoned military base, and mysterious caves. The story follows Alex, a grieving teenager who brings her friends to an island for a trip. When they use an old radio, they open a rift that allows ghostly spirits called the Sunken to manipulate time and force the group to confront their deepest fears. As Alex and her friend explore the island's history linked to a secret military experiment, they unravel the mystery behind these supernatural forces. The Edwards' key locations, from the radio towers to the beaches, reflects themes of isolation and mystery. The game blends history and supernatural lore into its environment, creating a setting that feels alive and deeply connected to the story. It explores themes of grief, guilt, and forgiveness, allowing players to guide Alex's journey through their choices. These decisions determine whether the group escapes the island or stays trapped forever. Then we have the characters and the relationships. The characters are the soul of Oxenfree. The writer focused on creating rich backstories for Alex, Jonas, Ren, and the others to make the story deeply resonate. Their personalities and histories were crafted to shape their interaction and influence the choices players make. The writer aimed to make every character feel real and relatable by giving them meaningful backstories. The dialogue gained depth and their relationship became dynamic. This emotional complexity allowed players' decisions to carry more weight, adding life and impact to the story. One of the Oxenfree standard features is its real-time walk-and-talk dialogue system. As players explore, they can engage in conversation without interrupting gameplay. As the writer said, "My job was to ensure this conversation felt natural and responsive. Players could choose how to respond, shaping the story and relationship in real time." This system created a sense of flow, making players feel like their choices mattered while keeping them immersed in the game's world. Creating multiple endings and branching dialogues, Oxenfree is all about player agency. The choices you make influence not just relationships, but the entire story, including its multiple endings. Designing these branches dialogues was one of the writer's biggest challenges. Each decision had to feel meaningful and carry real consequences, whether it was a simple conversation or a major plot point. Every choice shaped the narrative and the character's fate. This system gave the game replayability, ensuring every player's journey felt personal and unique. And finally, Oxenfree became widely celebrated for its compelling and immersive story. earning its place as a highly influential indie game. Its success demonstrated the power of narrative in gaming, encouraging developers to prioritize storytelling in their own projects. The game writer noted, Oxenfree's impact revealed just how meaningful a strong narrative can be. It showed that players connect deeply with well-written stories, leaving a lasting impression even after the game is over.
Hi, my name is Ammara, and I'm going to be playing the role of a level designer for the game Oxenfree. And as a level designer for Oxenfree, my role involves creating engaging and immersive environments that support the game's narrative and mechanics. As shown in the slides, I will be explaining about the designing game levels and maps, collaborating with the game designers, artists, and developers, placing objects and enemies, balancing difficulty and progression across the levels, creating pacing and flow that fits the story. Levels in Oxenfree are set on Edwards Island, an interconnected world with distinct areas like beach, caves, Fort Milner, and Edler's State. Each location supports the story with unique atmospheres like the Erie military base, mysterious woods, and includes environmental storytelling and puzzles. In Oxenfree, there are no traditional enemies. It's a narrative-driven adventure game focused on supernatural mystery rather than combat. However, the game includes objects and supernatural entities that create tension and challenges. The key mechanics include using the radio to interact with supernatural elements and navigating time loops, all while engaging in branching dialogue. Levels are designed to balance exploration, narrative, and emotional impact, immersing players in the hunting and mysterious vibe of the game. In the game levels, the players are crawling, walking, and climbing. The obstacles that are scattered around the entire game are tape player, hanged man, and radio. The keys used in the game are: to move, we use W, A, S, and D. To open or close the map, we use control. Interact with objects and jump, use spacebar and enter. To pause or play, use escape, ESC. To choose a dialogue, use mouse click. And to open or close the radio, use shift. The lead programmer of the game is Bryant Cannon. He has set a theme of pop culture from 70s and 80s, which is a source of inspiration. Credible art design was used, warm natural color schemes that give the game the appearance of flowing artwork. The level color palette changes according to each level. The palette goes from darker to lighter colors. Let's discuss about the conflicts of the game. When Alex made the decision to investigate the cave and went into its specifics with her friends, the dispute began to develop. Location of conflict was Beacon Beach. The rising action took place in a variety of settings such as cave, facilities, US Army, RCS, and Relay Point. The climax also took place in different range of locations of the gameplay such as Main Street, Bridge Stand, Elder's Estate, Survivor's Bunker. Also, different sites experience falling action such as Elder's Estate, Camping Ground, Alex, Memories, and there are many more sites. Things started getting better and moving in the correct directions as the game wraps up, and the color scheme gives us the hope that everything will work out well because it shifts from darker to brighter colors.
Hello everyone, I am Rahma, the concept artist for Oxenfree. Now let us see who is a concept artist. Basically, a concept artist is responsible for visualizing and creating the look and feel of the game before it goes into production. They develop the concept sketches, designs, and illustrations for characters, environments, props, and creatures, setting the visual direction of the game. As we move further, we look deep into the concept art for each of the following. First, we look into the concept art for the characters. Oxenfree characters concept art uses soft colors and personal details to show uniqueness while combining realistic grief designs with mild supernatural elements. For the environment, It's the ghostly, mysterious atmosphere of Oxenfree's environment. Concept art is further enhanced by its creepy atmospheric surrounding with dark colors, deserted buildings, and natural sights. And lastly, for the props, it is like the old worn items like radios and flashlights are used in Oxenfree's props concept art to create a feeling of nostalgia, isolation, and mysterious mystery. Now we will look into the Oxenfree's collaboration with some game designers, animators, and the artist. Oxenfree's collaboration with game designers. It's a tiny group of designers, writers, and artists called Night School Studio. They work together to create Oxenfree. They skillfully combine games, mechanic, narrative, and graphics to produce a unique and engaging experience. As for the animators work together with designers and artists to produce interactive aspects, expressive atmosphere, animations, and supernatural effects, and fluid character moments in Oxenfree, which improve the game's story and immersive gameplay. Lastly, to create realistic locations and characters in Oxenfree, the 3D artist worked in collaboration with the concept artists, game designers, and animators to convert the 2D drawings into 3D models. They focused on maximizing the game's creepy atmospheric appearance while preserving a fluid, engaging experience, making sure that the assets match the visual aesthetic and gameplay mechanics. With detailed textures, lighting effects, and interactive features, the partnership helped make the world come into life. Now we look into the sketches and developing the game's concept and aesthetic. First of all, to demonstrate the hunting and mystery style of the Oxenfree, the artist began with sketches and then they designed the items, locations, and characters. They then improved these concepts by changing the features and colors. Also, they ensured that everything aligned with the narrative by collaborating with the game designers. Finally, as a result, the game had a distinct, unsettling mood that blended realistic and supernatural aspects in a way that seemed appropriate and consistent. Now we look into the iterating on designs based on feedback from the art director or the creative team. For that, firstly, the characters, locations, and things were initially designed by the artist in Oxenfree, and then the creative team and the art director were shown these designs in order to get their input. They ensured that the designs complemented the game's narrative gameplay and frightening atmosphere. To improve the designs, the artist then made adjustment to details, colors, and shapes, maintaining the spooky atmosphere while narrating the strange tale was the aim. The designs were enhanced by this procedure, which made everything fit together to form the Oxenfree universe. And lastly, we look into the technical limitations and gameplay needs. To guarantee fluid gameplay, Oxenfree's artist created graphics that adhered to the technical constraints of the game. They worked together with developers to create landscape and characters that complemented the needs and aesthetic of the game. In order to enhance the supernatural atmosphere without taxing the game's resources, the artist modified designs to strike a balance between visual detail and simplicity. This procedure preserved the spooky ambience without compromising the quality of the gameplay.
Hello everyone, I'm Sadaf Fatima, the producer of Oxenfree. As a producer, I was responsible for overseeing the entire production process. I have to manage the game development timeline, budget, and resources. I also need to communicate between departments to ensure a smooth workflow by eliminating any problems and solving any issues in any department. I am also responsible for coordinating with external partners and publishers. I am basically a bridge between the creative and technical teams. Let's move on to the game idea. As a player, you have to take on the role of Alex, a teenage girl who is on a fun weekend trip to a local island that soon turns into something adventurous. Alex is accompanied by her friends and they need to discover the island's secret to escape it. Wanna know how this game was released? Night School Studio launched Oxenfree and it was their first game launch. The developers wanted to make a story-driven game with no cutscenes that let players explore the setting freely. Their inspiration was the current trending games. The game's visual representation is basically dark to make you engrossed in the adventurous atmosphere. Now let's talk about the game's advertising. A lot of common platforms like Discord, YouTube, Night Studio, Twitter, and Skybound were used to advertise the game, and it gained a lot of attention from people because of its interesting storyline and visuals. Now, where can you play this game? The game was released for Steam on Microsoft Windows and OS X as well as Xbox One. Then a PlayStation 4 version released on May 31, 2016 along with a DLC extension to the game known as New Game Plus. The game was later released for iOS and Android. It was also released for Nintendo Switch on October 6, 2017. Oxenfree is widely used on all of these platforms. Oxenfree's release was accompanied by development documentaries, an alternative reality game, and a collector's edition, and it was met with generally positive reviews, with critics praising the presentation and characters, although some of them were left wanting more. Let's see some more reviews of the game.
So, what's the, thing to do here?
The thing to do is lay on the beach and drink till you can't remember where you are.
And the other thing is the weirdo caves. You can sometimes pick up frequencies to stations that don't exist.
We are the Falcon.
Now obviously this is an award-winning game. It won awards like Independent Games Festival Awards 2016 and was even nominated for multiple awards including Best Narrative at the Game Awards 2016 and Outstanding Achievement in Story at the 20th Annual DICE Awards. Oxenfree was positively reviewed by critics, each version of the game receiving generally favorable reviews according to Metacritic. Oxenfree might just be a big next step for adventure games. And this is not it for this game. A sequel, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals, was released on 12th July 2023. A television series adaptation is also in development.